Welcome to Brute Mode EX Plus, a mod that makes Plants vs Zombies much harder. This is an overhaul of the Brute Mode EX mod, making the game even more challenging. This mod was made by an anonymous modder and has no official name in English. I decided to go with Brute Mode EX Plus since it's built upon Brute Mode EX. Most plants and zombies are changed in Brute Mode EX Plus. This mod increases zombie spawning by 4 times compared to vanilla. After all, PvZ1 was never really a game of any challenge when you could beat it without using some producers for the entire adventure. What makes this mod insanely difficult is the zombie variants. Each variant is a new zombie introduced in this mod, a subtype of their main zombie, and does different things. They also need to follow the same spawning rules as the zombie they are a variant of. Most of the variants are outright unfair, like the letterhead zombie. It spawns every 1 in 9 basic zombies. It has double the health, walks super fast, and ignores all plants. Seems like a completely balanced addition to the game. Flag Zombie now has the ability to steal your sun whenever it is present on the lawn, draining it very fast. If not dealt with quickly, you might have no sun left to deal with the rest of the zombies, so we gotta watch out for them every level from now on. Thankfully, we can beat level 1-1 since it's short and we only had 1 lane to deal with. Now in level 1-2, I'll be using the 50-second stall strategy again. This level has a special rule set to try and make you plant free sunflowers. We can simply ignore its suggestion and only plant 2 sunflowers, so it won't spawn zombies until 50 seconds have passed, giving us much more actual sun to work with once the zombies start coming. However, there's a slight issue here. The letterhead variant is already trespassing all our defenses because of its higher health compared to a basic zombie. 1 pea shooter is not enough to kill it, and we just have to let it walk past our defenses and straight to the lawnmower this level. And then for what's to come, another letterhead zombie comes in the middle row. Because we don't have a second pea shooter, it just walks past our sunflowers, past our pea shooter, and then we lost on literally level 1-2. It's literally only basic zombies. Are you serious right now? So to beat level 1-2, while doing the 50-second wait strategy, I have to sacrifice 1 lawnmower to a letterhead zombie first, and then get 2 pea shooters in that row as fast as possible. Repeat that for every lost lawnmower, then pray the final wave doesn't have 2 letterheads in the same row, allowing us to win with no lawnmowers left. Mind you, this is only basic zombies and it's already really bad. Conehead zombies are introduced in level 1-3, many new variants. Coneheads have 2 variants on top of their base zombie, and they're arguably worse than torchlight zombies. The first one is the gramophone zombie. It's a regular conehead zombie, except it heals all zombies around it in a 3x5 tile area by 100 HP every 6.5 seconds. Which essentially means you're not killing it with a pea shooter, because pea shooters only deal 20 HP every 1.5 seconds. Which also means we're forced to spend cherry bomb. The second one is the dancing conehead zombie. It's a regular conehead zombie, but spawns 4 backup dancers upon death. They spawn backup dancers no matter where they die. The strategy is about the same as the previous level, but with access to cherry bomb now, we want to save them for the conehead zombie variants. We then proceed to beat this level also with no lawnmowers remaining, using a cherry bomb to fully eliminate the final wave's letterheads and coneheads. 1-4, now we have 5 rows. You see the problem here? We have literally only pea shooters to defend all 5 rows. This is horrendous. Because we need to spread out our pea shooters in 5 rows, this means we can never get enough defense to kill letterheads in a single row when we are trying to deal with coneheads. Oh yeah, and there's also this problem with the dancing conehead variant that will be a headache. That's correct. If they get destroyed by a lawnmower, a backup dancer spawns literally in your house, so we can never let them reach the end of the lawn. It is fair to say that this level is tedious to beat, as it's already taken me 40 minutes to not just straight up lose to letterhead zombie spam in some way or another. The winning attempt involved sacrificing lawnmowers to stray zombies in the first few waves to gain a sizable resource advantage to get enough pea shooters. During the process of getting 2 pea shooters every row, it's a gamble on whether letterhead zombies go where we want them to go. Thankfully, none spawned after all my lawnmowers had already been sacrificed for the early game resource advantage, so we actually managed to beat this level. As for Walnut Bowling, the level is pretty much identical to in vanilla except with zombie variants. You should do absolutely fine. Let's move on to level 1-6. Level 1-6 introduces the Potato Mine and Pole Vaulting zombie. Potato Mine now costs us 50 sun because, well, take a look at this. It activates instantly, which means it's essentially Squash 2.0. Squash has always been one of the best plants in vanilla, so this will be helpful for the rest of the game. Pole vaulting zombies, on the other hand, don't have variants. They only come in their base kind, with the exception of their new ability. That's right. When they jump over a plant, pole vaulters will instantly destroy that plant and add a gravestone, which also adds an extra zombie in the final wave because of the grave ambush. These are no joke before we can unlock Gravebuster and get these gravestones out of the way, but for now we have to live with it. Just like its predecessors, Brutal Mode EX Plus allows any zombie to be spawned from gravestones during ambushes. We lucked out on this level only having to deal with a few more weak zombies, so time for 1-7. 1-7 is significantly harder because it is twice as long as 1-6. Gravestones spawned by pole vaulters have a larger impact, damaging the structure of our defenses for not just a few waves. With multiple gravestones blocking a bunch of tiles, it makes it nearly impossible to build proper defense, so we are forced to find another way to deal with pole vaulters other than sacrificing. As you may have noticed, snow peas now have a 22% chance to shoot blue flaming peas, which do double damage but still slows down zombies. The problem is with not setting up a defense fast enough for the large groups after the first lag. Once a pole vaulter infiltrates, it's like a domino chain effect where we slowly get crippled. The first breakthrough by the zombies leading to the second breakthrough, and so on and so forth until we just lose the game inevitably to the lack of space. What's the key in beating this level? Well, it's actually with the pea shooters. Pea shooters received the buff, which you might not have noticed. This hasn't been significant since every other level so far has been a 1 flag level. But pea shooters actually now gain attack speed over time, up to shooting 50% faster. Usually in the short level it doesn't matter because pea shooters barely gain any extra attack speed. But in a longer level, this becomes pretty noticeable. Instead of planting more sunflowers early on, we need to plant more pea shooters early on to let them gain more attack speed going into the first flag. This means they are more cost efficient the earlier they are placed, making them worth keeping into the later part of the game and also more space efficient. And with that one simple change in our strategy to not be greedy on sun early game, we handily beat level 1-7.
A big guy.
Bombers are introduced in 1-8, which now devour faster based on the help of the zombie it devours and gives back some sun at random chance afterwards. Aside from choppers being introduced, we are also accustomed to the new Buckethead Zombies variant. Buckethead's first variant is a zombie with its head replaced by an umbrella leaf, which spawns a bungee ambush upon death. It's just like the target zombie from Brutal Mode EX, so I'll call it a target zombie for short. However, it has a slight difference compared to before.
Oh, hell no, man. What the
Okay.
So yeah, now even bungee ambushes can spawn any type of...
This guy just keeps talking, man. I can't react like this.
zombie, including gargantuars. Putting gargantuars in the middle of the lawn sounds pretty fair to me. Oh yeah, and take a look at this football zombie. The other Buckethead variant is possibly even worse. The Pumpkin Zombie can add buckets to other zombies with no protection like a King Zombie knighting zombies. The Pumpkin Zombie can even add buckets to flag zombies and screen door zombies, and it has no limit to the amount of zombies it can knight. The Pumpkin Zombie also has more health than usual, allowing it to survive any instant kills. It can even add a bucket to itself when it loses its bucket. On top of that, it also heals surrounding zombies and itself every 6.5 seconds like a gramophone zombie. Buckethead zombies are very dangerous. And thankfully this run I was able to stall enough to the last wave and take a look at how brutal the Buckethead variants combined really can be. Level 1-9 is fairly simple with the newly buffed repeater being more space efficient than pea shooters. Repeaters have a 33% chance to shoot 2 extra peas in diagonal directions every shot. Conveyor belt levels are pretty much unchanged outside of zombie variants, but with the masses of pea shooters, you should be able to obliterate everything the game sends at you. Nighttime is when things go bad pretty quickly. Even though pumpkins are actually buffed to have a 23% chance of freezing any zombie eating it, the main problem are the buffed zombies. I'd like to enlighten you with the newspaper zombie. Visually, it appears to not have changed at all, but this is a, you guessed it. What is different about the newspaper zombie, you ask?
Okay, these edits are from Ohio.
So we need to kill a newspaper zombie without making it pop for all our plants. You need to use a potato mine behind your puff shroom since it's a newspaper absorbs an instant kill. And because of us needing a potato mine for every newspaper zombie, well, it's a pretty rough level since we can't keep up with newspapers with potato mine's low recharge. On top of that, Brute Mode EX Plus adds Conan zombies to this level for some reason, which drastically scales up the difficulty because of our lack of access to cost-efficient mushrooms. Conads are a massive issue here alongside newspaper zombies, especially the 2 variants which require extreme measures to be dealt with. Grammable zombies require potato mines as well, since mushrooms have too low DPS. Dancing conads also spawn way too many zombies and we get overwhelmed quite easily. Not only conads are a problem, but letterheads are also literally unkillable during nighttime. How on earth are you supposed to kill these with mushrooms? Because of the newspaper zombies, basically all your non-instant kill plants have become irrelevant at this point and you're forced to just use instant kill plants and kill everything. If you can't keep up with the horde, too bad. You're not going to win when you eventually lose to the wall of newspaper zombies. There's no reasonable strategy other than stalling with mushrooms to pick off the stray zombies and walnuts to slow down zombies, then use a potato mine or chopper. Just plant down as many sunflowers as the game could allow you, then use cherry bombs, potato mines, and choppers appropriately. Allow fruit zombies like early letterheads or several backup dancers in a lane that is congested to thin out the crowds a bit and make use of your limited lawnmowers. With good enough luck, you should be able to get through this horrible level given that there aren't too many letterhead zombies or newspaper zombies. Level 2-2, coneheads, newspapers, bucketheads. You see the problem here? The zombies here are all extremely tough to beat, especially they can come immediately in the early game, forcing us to use instant kills to deal with them without many other options. We need a potato mine for almost every zombie in that sense, and it becomes kind of impossible to actually even stay alive with bucketheads now also being in play. Plus, sacrificing lawnmowers is no longer an option in the early game because we need to survive for 2 flags, and something like this, free newspaper zombies is an instant loss for us. What's even more impossible to stop is the damned buckethead variants. Whenever a target zombie comes, you're screwed. You have to overcommit in defending 3 random zombies and essentially lose the game because you no longer have enough sun to defend the rest of the threats anymore. And if you're unlucky enough, you'll have to encounter gargantuars during the nighttime on the 3rd wave of the level. The most effective way to defend off the zombies is with chopper spam. With its fast recharge, we can plant choppers as a consistent instant kill while using walnuts to stall zombies out. They are indeed effective because they finish digesting quicker if they devour a weaker zombie, allowing it to still be fine to defend even if it hits a basic zombie in the wave previous. For a more extreme case scenario that buckethead spawn twice in the same row, we obviously have walnuts and potato mines that are still available for backup. The very last few waves of the level are a huge problem. Since there are so many zombies jammed together, it's super hard to defend everything with just choppers. Plus, zombies that spawn more zombies become more of a problem when we have multiple target zombies and dancing coneheads creating threats in the middle of the line. Or, you could just lose to one extremely angry grandfather if you're not careful. Oh yeah, did I mention that pumpkin zombies can also night zombie variants? Well, this process of either losing to the early game's form of zombies impossible to defend without instant kills, or losing to zombies that spawn more zombies repeats itself again and again. It's actually ridiculous.
So it's mostly just having luck then.
The way to beat this is rather stupid and unintuitive. Instead of using cherry bombs, repeaters helps you more in this level. You end up stabbing yourself in the toe more often than not with cherry bomb because of it to likely activate a newspaper zombie, losing you the game. Repeater is better to pick off any stray zombies such as backup dancers spawned by dancing coneheads or just lanes without newspaper zombies. Then, as soon as newspapers come, we have the control to remove the plant that could activate the newspaper zombies rage mode and allowing our choppers to just do their job. Sounds extremely stupid to spend 200 sun for just killing a few zombies, but when the alternative is losing instantly, it actually isn't that stupid after all.
How does it
After 2-2 is done, we can buy our 7th slot to make our journey a bit easier. We are also introduced to the Screen Door Zombie and Fume Shroom. Fume Shroom is back in its former glory of Brutal mode, costing 100 sun but allowing it to hit all zombies in front of it with unlimited range. Now, Screen Door Zombies can pretty much be said to be a whole new zombie. Instead of its screen door absorbing straight attacks, it deflects all straight attacks. And these attacks can in turn damage your own plants. Might as well just straight up call them Jester Zombies at this point. Screen doors have a variant, holding a tall nut. Their screen door can still deflect straight projectiles, but cannot be pierced through even with fume shrooms or catapults. This means we need to use fume shrooms to knock off their screen door if we want to kill them with raw damage for now, so it's best to spend instant kills on them. The rest of this level is relatively simple. 4-inch fume shrooms will fire down all screen doors and basics, and coneheads will be killed by combining puff shrooms. Same as before, spend potato mines, cherry bombs, or choppers on letterheads, conehead variants, and tall nut screen doors. As for level 2-4, it's a whole different story. With 2 flags, the masses of tall nut screen doors become a much larger problem since we don't have enough instant kills in the economy. Plus, pole vaulters are back to ruin everything as per usual. Thankfully, we now have Grave Buster, which returns 50 sun upon busting a grave with a 1/3 chance of giving you back 25 more sun. It's extremely difficult because of the pole vaulters. They are so difficult to deal with using fume shrooms, since we can't use other stray shooters thanks to the screen doors. The only way to survive is pray that not too many letterheads or pole vaulters come, and make sure to keep spamming Grave Buster at all times. Spend all your instants on gramophone zombies and tall nut screen doors, and walnuts are surprisingly good here for tall nut screen doors. And that's
Great
about how to
versus
beat
cheaper.
2-4. Gotta be extremely lucky against the letterheads and pole vaulters. Remember how 4 times more zombies spawn compared to in vanilla? Well, in level 2-5, that is also the case, except for the fact that gravestones... Okay, it can't be that bad, right? Unfortunately, the zombies in this level are simply too plentiful to deal with. The only strategy is to click faster. That's literally not strategy in my
Unless you're
opinion.
playing on
So,
phone.
I pulled out the oldest trick in the book for
Phone,
whack-a-zombies,
these
and
levels are
that's
always
the
easy.
auto-clicker. You pretty much have to use one to beat this. I don't see how otherwise. Unless you want to hurt your own fingers and go to the hospital. Well, anyways, that's it for today's episode of Brutal Mode EX Plus. I hope you enjoyed watching this video of me playing a mod even harder than Brutal Mode EX. Before the video ends, a quick shout out to our sponsor today, you guys. Thank you to all donators who have supported me in content creation. As a membership perk, all new videos are releasing early for YouTube members. It will only cost you $5 a month and you can help me make better videos. For now, have a great day and thanks for watching.